It's the morning of Thursday, October 11th, 2024, and since this is likely the last canoe trip of the year, I decided to try this one here, Onaping Lake, about 70 kilometers north of Highway 17, maybe 100 kilometers northwest of Sudbury. It's a long lake, and it looks like today we'll be heading into the wind. So it's going to be a long day, and I loaded my canoe because it's no portages today, just staying on the lake, finding campsites, and then maybe an exploratory without gear of one of the side lakes on day 4. See how that goes, but mostly it's just on this lake, so therefore no portages with gear, so that works for me for the end of the season. Entry into Onaping Lake. So far, beautiful lake. Some color in the trees. And not too choppy. And I've seen a few cliffs. That's nice. Beautiful lake. Possible campsite. Looks like some flat land grass. Nice beach landing. Looks pretty good. Okay, it's too soon, but nevertheless, one that should be marked. With all the islands and turns, there's some nice pockets of wind still. Doesn't matter which direction you're coming from. Very nice. Nice little windbreak behind an island. Now approaching some bigger open water. Hopefully hugging the west shore will get me something positive in terms of a little bit of a windbreak. Should help with waves. Been a nice paddle. gorgeous paddle. Potential campsite. Very cool. What a great place to swim too in the summer. Looks like up there you might be able to pitch a tent. Very, very nice. Access to the lake just to the northwest of Onaping. Forgot the name. I'll look it up later. It was only just after 2, so I was going to keep going for at least another 2 hours to find a campsite further north. But then I came upon this site, and I can't imagine finding a better one. So therefore, rather than achieving the maximum distance for the day, go with an ideal campsite on an island, certainly big enough. Beautiful. Well, yesterday I came to the site for the first night, wanting to go another 10 kilometers to go further to the end point of the lake. But this was too good to pass up. And with the strong south wind, I would have continued up north this morning, but originally the forecast yesterday morning was that the rain was supposed to start at 8 p.m., which would have been plenty of time to get further north to the farthest I could go. And this morning's forecast in the middle of the night says that by 2 p.m. the first rain should start. So that wouldn't have given me too much time to undo this setup and set it all up further north, including rain shelter. The travel would have been quick because it's a strong south wind and temperature's good, so easy paddling. However, with the 2 p.m. rain start and then getting heavier, I decided I'm going to hunker down. See, this thing even has a toilet in the back. So it's actually a pretty nice little island. This is where I'm going to set up my rain shelter. Well, this is my wind and rain shelter configuration. Since I had the two mech tarps, I decided to cover the tent as well, so it's not soaking wet. This will be my sitting, reading, relaxing area, as long as the wind isn't driven in, but this wind deflector might help and not drive it as hard as it otherwise would. Well, there you go. Everything's been reinforced with rocks or strung out against a tree. See how it goes. It's the best I can do. Saturday morning. Cool, little breeze, and sunny. Just fantastic. That's my island campsite. And now I'm going to head north. How far? Who knows? We'll see. So this is still Onaping Lake. This was not a new lake. That was just a connection, a narrow connection between the upper and lower sections. It's a big lake. The question is, do I want to go all the way to the end of this, heading into the wind, or do some other exploring? I think what I'm going to do, rather than go to the far end and then just keep going who knows how much further into the wind, I'll cut across and see if there's a connecting channel back to where I started from, or close to it. I think it's a little too wild to keep going into the wind. Retreat, we'll just have a little look to see what's on the right, if the connection looks as bad as it does on the map. We will see. Very scenic. Beautiful little bay. Try a few casts. Probably nothing, but that's okay. It's 6 o'clock on my final night at this campsite. Tomorrow's weather should still be quite good, with a northeast wind helping me make it back, and temperature just fine at around 8 degrees at its height. And the following days are supposed to be miserable, including snow. So I can't complain about a mid-October outing reasonably far north in these conditions. You never know what you get. So it's been pretty good. Little breezy. Couldn't get to every place I wanted to, but that's okay. It's Sunday morning, and I'm leaving my lovely little campsite. Quite excellent. Beautiful morning. That's where I came from. Quite the sand dunes. Beautiful cliffs. Approaching the end of another successful outdoor adventure. Onaping Lake. Very nice.